Hey viewers, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play Bone China by Mother Love Bone. Do it again. And one more time. Don't forget, if you like this lesson, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And check out my YouTube channel, Essential Guitar Lessons. Lots of songs and lessons for all levels, and new ones uploaded weekly, and I'll put a link in the description for you. Now, if you're having any problems with this song, please leave a comment and let me know how you go with it. So let's get into it. So for our intro, we're going to play the open D string and the 5th fret on the G string, and we're going to hammer onto the 7th fret. So we play it once and hammer from the 5th fret to the 7th fret on the G string. And then we play the 7th fret 2 more times. Then we go to the 6th fret on the B string and pull off to the 5th. Then go to the 7th on the G, and then do that again on the B, 6 pull off to 5, back to 7 on the G. And then we go back to the B string. This time I'm going to do 5, hammer onto 6, pull off to 5. And then G string 7, 5. So let me do that slowly for you. And while we're doing that, we want the D to ring over the top of the whole lot, that open D we play at the start. So let's do that up to speed. Then from there we do the same again. We play the open D, 5th fret on the G, hammer onto 7. Play the 7 again 2 times. Now this time we just do B string 6 pull off to 5, back to the G string 7, 5. So, and that's our intro. We do that through 3 times. Let's do it slowly a couple of times, and we'll do it up to speed. Slowly. And let's do that up to speed a couple of times through. And for the intro, it does it through 3 times, and there's a fade up there. So. And that's our intro there, and you can see each time we play that open D, we let it ring over the rest of the riff there. Then from there we go into our verse, and it's nearly exactly the same. We do the open D again, play the 5th fret on the G, hammer onto the 7th fret, play the 7 2 more times, B string 6 pull off to 5, then go back to 7 again on the G, so same as the start. Now this time we're going to play this chord. We're going to play the open D string, 5th fret on the G, 6 on the B and 5 on the E there, and we just play that once. And then we just play the open D string, 5th fret on the G, B and E. And we let that hold there, so slowly. And up to speed. And then from there we finish it the same way we did for the intro. So open D, 5, hammer onto 7 on the G, 2 7s, 6 pull off to 5 on the B, and then on the G, 7, 5. And we play that all the way through 4 times, and that's our verse. Let's do it a couple of times up to speed there. Do it again. And we do that through 4 times for our verse. Then from there we go to a heavy guitar, and we've got 2 guitar parts here for our chorus, so let's have a look at those now. So for our chorus, we're going to start on the 5th fret on the G string, and we're just doing a build up there. We're playing 8th notes for one bar, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we do that intro riff. Open D, 5, hammer onto 7, 2 7s, 6 pull off the 5 on the B, 7 G, do that again, and then 5, hammer onto 6, pull off the 5, 7, 5 on the G. So exactly the same as our intro riff. And then we play the open D, 5, hammer onto 7 again, 2 7s on the G, 6 pull off the 5, and then 7 on the G, 5. So it's exactly the same as our intro except for the build up. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 we do that, and we hold that last 5 for 1 and then we do the build up on the 5 again. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so another bar there. Then we repeat that all again. Then when we get to here, it's going to change now. We're going to do the open D, 5, hammer onto 7. And then we're just going to play the open D and the 7th fret on the G. And we're going to do that for 8th notes again with our 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there. So the O and 5 hammer onto the 7 is 1 and, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're building up again there, and that's guitar 1. So let me play that through for you, not too hard once you've got that first riff down. So. That's guitar 1 there for our chorus. Now let's have a look at guitar 2. This is pretty easy. We're going to do again the open D, 5 on the G, hammer onto 7. Then we just do that, it's our 1 and we hold the open D and the 7 and we finish the bar off 2 and 3 and 4 and then we continue 1 and 2 and 3 and the last 4 and we go back to the open D and the 5 2 times, so 4 and there. So we have 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's palm muted there as well. So then we just do that again. Open D, 5, hammer onto 7 on the G, and this time finish the bar off on the O, open D and 7 on the G, so 2 and 3 and 4 and then go back to the open D, 5th fret on the G and do a bar there with our 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then do the first one again, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then to finish it off, we're just going to hold the O and the 7. We do our O, D, so our open D, 5, hammer onto 7 first, and then 2 bars. So 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's not too hard, let's play that through now. So that's our second guitar for the chorus. It's quite low in the mix though. So now let's have a look at the next part after the chorus. So guitar 1's going to stay heavy. We're going to play the D5 chord, so open D string, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B. We play that on the 1 count, so 1, 2. Then on the 3 we play the whole D chord there, so open D, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 2nd fret on the G. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then just play that D again on the 1, 2, 3, 4 and hold it for another bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we just do the D again, the same as we did at the start. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We hold for another 3 bars there. Then we go back to the first one again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all that guitar 1 is doing, so let's play that. That's pretty easy. second guitar, and it's going to be a clean guitar. So let's go over that now. Now these are just little fills we're putting in after we play the D chord. So the first one's going to be 5 on the E, 7 on the B, 7 on the G, back to 5 on the G. So back to the E, 5, 7, 5, and then 8 on the B, and then we play the harmonic on the 7th fret B. And that's our first little run, so let's do that slowly. So let's try that up to speed now. It's not too hard, and this is played after the first lot of Ds we got there. And again. So it does that once. Then we have a different fill. This time we're going to play 15 on the B, 14 on the G, 12 on the D. So jump to 14 on the E, 13 on the B, 12 on the G, back to 12 on the B, and finish on 14 on the G. So slowly. So let's try that up to speed, and again this one's coming after the second lot of Ds we play. Let's do that again. So it just does that once, and then we go back to the first one again. So we just do that one once, and we go to our second one, and then back to our first one and there, and that's guitar 2. So now let's do the next part after that, and again we're going to have 2 guitar parts here. So guitar 1's just doing 1 strum on each chord, and we're doing an A minor, a G minor, and then a D, but we're only going to play on the A minor, the 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G, B and E, and we hold for 4, so 1 bar, 2, 3, 4, then just come back 2 frets and we do exactly the same. So 5th fret on the D, 3rd fret on the G, B and E, and 2, 3, 4, and then just our standard D chord, and hold this for 2 bars, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do that through 2 times. That's pretty easy. Let's do that now. And back to the start again. So that's guitar 1. Now let's have a look at what guitar 2's doing. It's playing the same chords, but we're going to be arpeggio picking, so let's get into that. So we're going to start on that A minor chord again, so 7 on the D, 5 on the G, B and E, and we just pick D, G, B, E, B, G. So then we come back to the G minor, so 5 on the D, 3 on the G, B and E, and this time we pick D, G, B, E, B, G, D. Then we go into the D chord. We're going to play the open D string, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 2nd fret on the G, on the E, sorry. Then play the 3rd fret E, 2nd fret E. So then we play the open E, hammer onto the 2nd fret, pull off to the open. Then just play 3rd fret on the B, 2nd fret on the G, open D. Then go back to the E string, 2nd fret, and then open on the E string. So let me do that D slowly, it's a little bit confusing. Then we go back to the A minor, this time we're playing the D, G, B, E, back to the B, G, and then finish on the E. So back to the G minor, and we do that the same as before, so D, G, B, E, B, G, D. Then just strum the D chord once, and then hit the B string 3rd fret. So let me play that through slowly for you, then we'll do it up to speed. So that's the second guitar there. Let's do that up to speed now. Not too hard if you've done some arpeggio picking before. that's all the guitar parts there. From there we go back into our verse again, so let's have a look at that. So this next verse changes a little bit. We're still going to do the open D5, hammer onto 7 on the G, 7 2 times, 6 pull off the 5 on the B, 7 on the G, our 2 chords that we did in the first verse. Now it's going to change here. We're going to play the D, open, 5, hammer onto 7 again on the G, 2 7s, 6 pull off the 5 on the B, G, 7 5, so the same so far. Then we're putting in this D sus2 chord, so we play the 5th fret on the B string, 7 on G, 7 on D, 5 on A, back to 7 D, 7 G. So, and that's actually a second guitar coming in there, but you can do it all as one. So let's do that slowly first, and it does this through 3 times. So. And it does that 3 times. Let's do it a couple of times up to speed. And do that through 3 times, and then to finish that off we're doing the same riff again at the start. 6 pull off the 5, to the 7, we do our chords again. Now this time we're not doing a build up, we're just going to this chord here, 5 on the E, 6 on the B, 7 on the G there, and that's a heavy guitar, and we just do an upstroke on there. 3 4. So to finish that last verse off. And that's a heavy guitar there, and that's the verse. So once we've finished that verse, we go back to the chorus again, and it's exactly the same as the first chorus. Both guitars are doing the same thing, except we don't put that first build up in on the 5. We don't have the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That bit is when we're holding the chord there. So it just goes straight to the riff again. On a heavy guitar there. Then we have the next part after the chorus, and this is going to be similar again, so let's jump into that now. So guitar 1's going to be doing the same before, except we're doing it through 2 times. So we still play the D, 1 2 3 4, play the D again, hold 1 2 3 4, and then the second time we just play 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. And we do that through 2 times this time instead of just doing it 3. So that's pretty easy. So let's have a look at the next guitar. Again, it's going to be the same fills we used before, except we're going to do the first one, second one, first one, then the second one. So let's quickly play over those again. Our second fill, back to our first fill, and our second fill. So it's all the same, we're just putting that second fill again on the end. Let's have a look at our next part. Again, it's going to be similar, but we're going to be using a distorted guitar, so let's have a look at guitar 1 first. So guitar 1's just going to be playing power chords. This time we've got the A, so 5th fret on the E, 7th fret on the A and the D. We just play it once and hold for a bar, so 1 2 3 4. Go back to our G, so 3rd fret on the E, 5th fret on the A and D, hold that for a bar, 3 4, and then our D that we did before, and hold this for 2 bars, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. We do that 3 times, and then we just finish with the A again, 1 2 3 4, and then the E, the G there. So let's do that through a couple of times, pretty easy. So that's guitar 1. Now let's have a look at guitar 2, and it's going to be doing something similar that we just did. So let's jump into that. So starting on our A minor, we're just going to play the D, G, B, E, B, G. So now we go back to the G minor, we're going to do a strumming pattern here. So down, 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 up, and then we do the D the same way we did before. So we do that part for you up to speed. Then we go back to the A minor and we play D, G, B, E, B, G, back to E. Go to the G minor, play D, G, B, E, B, G, D. So just straight up and down there. Now we're going to go to the D and we're going to do a strumming pattern here. So we'll go down, down, up, down, down. So again, down, down, up, down, down. So up to speed. So we put that line together there for you. Then we go back to the A minor again, this time D, G, B, E, B, G, D. Now this time it's going to change a little bit. We just strum the G minor, then play the B string, E string, then play the 5th fret on the E string, pull off to the 3rd fret, and then play the B string 3rd fret. So slowly. And go back to our D like we did before. So let's do that one up to speed now. And to finish it off, we go back to the A minor again, just play D, G, B, E, B, G, D. Go to the G minor, and again D, G, B, E, B, G, D. Then to finish, we're just going to play this D power chord. So 5th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the D and the G. Then we play the harmonic on the 7th fret G, and then the harmonic on the D 7th fret, and then G 7th fret. So let me play that last part for you there with the harmonics in, and then we're nearly finished. Then we go back to our first riff, or the riff we're using in the verse. Open D, 5, hammer onto 7 on the G, 7, 6 pull off to 5 on the B, 7 on the G, and then our chords. And we just do that 3 times, and then we finish with harmonics, 7th fret G, 7th fret D. So let's do that a couple of times to finish the song off. And again. One more time. And our harmonics to finish there. So that's all the parts of the song, nothing too hard there once you've got that first riff down and you've done some arpeggio picking before. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.